Hi. Nowadays, a new technology is famous. You must have heard the name. The name is NoSql. So in today's class, we'll be talking about NoSql. Just by looking at the name, it seems like it is opposite of SQL. So, is it true? Is it opposite of SQL? No, it's not that. So what exactly NoSql is? NoSql is not only SQL. That means it is something extra than SQL. Because your SQL, that stands for Structured Query Language, that can handle only structured data. On the other hand, if I talk about NoSql, that is not only SQL, that means your NoSql can process structured data as well as unstructured data. So just like we have different databases under SQL category like Microsoft SQL Server, Oracle, IBM DB2, similarly under NoSQL databases we have different databases like Cassandra, MongoDB or HBase. So in this class we will be talking about HBase. So HBase is a sub technology of Hadoop. It is dependent upon Hadoop. So you can say that whatever data you want to store on HBase, the storage facility will be provided by HDFS. So let's talk about HBase. HBase is also a master-slave architecture. You have a master and you have multiple slaves. And HBase will be installed on all the systems. So when you will fire a query, the query will be going to master machine, and master machine will be distributing that query on multiple slave machines on which HBase is installed. So HBase is a database. That means we have the concept of tables, rows, columns, all that thing, which were not there in Hadoop. But this HBase, or I would say NoSql, is quite different from SQL. When you create a table in SQL, you specify the table name, column names and their data type. But NoSql has quite different concept. So let's talk about the concept of HBase. Okay. First of all, HBase stores the data in key value format. Key value format means you have one key and you have a value corresponding to that. Just like state name and its capital. Suppose the state name is Maharashtra and its capital is Mumbai. So Maharashtra and Mumbai is one key value pair. So the data in HBase is stored in key value format only. Apart from key and value, we have one more concept. The name of the concept is column family. Let's take an example. Suppose we have employee table and suppose there are few columns like employee ID, first name, last name, blood group, department, designation, salary, home phone number, office phone number, all this. Now on a broader level we can classify these columns into two different categories. One category may be like official and another category may be personal. So all the columns like employee ID, designation, department, office phone number, manager name, all these columns are coming under official category. And all other remaining columns like first name, last name, blood group, home phone number, home address, all these columns are coming under personal category. So these categories are defined at the time of table creation and these are known as column family, which is displayed in blue font in this picture. Apart from column family, there is one more concept, that is qualifier. You can see this department, designation, name, all these things are qualifier. So what exactly the column is? In HBase, column is a combination of column, family and qualifier. In this case, official is column family and department is a qualifier. So a combination of official and department, this is a column. That means by combining with two different column family, you can create two columns. Suppose the qualifier is contact number. If you will make a combination of official and contact number, this will be considered as a column. And similarly, if you will combine personal and contact number, this will be considered as a separate column. So a concept of column family and qualifier makes it different from the traditional SQL databases. We have the example of this data. You can have a look. We have a key, and key is something which is uniquely identifying your data in the table. In this case, we are considering employee ID as a key. So you can see this EMP001, that is the key. And for a combination of official and department, there is a value that is IT. That means the department of this employee, whose employee ID is EMP001, is IT. Similarly, the value for official designation, the value is Hadoop admin. And similarly, for the combination of personal and name, we have a value that is Naveen. So the first row has one key and three values. Yes, that's possible. Multiple values can be associated with a single key. So you can say that the employee ID is EMP001, the department is IT, the designation is Hadoop admin, and the name of the employee is Naveen. So first row has one key and three values. So does it mean that the next row will also have the same thing, like one key and three values? No, that's not required. That's not a mandatory thing, because HBase is something which can deal with structured and unstructured data. That means the next row can have the same number of values or less number of values or maybe more number of values. Any case can be possible. That's what you can see. In the next row, we have employee ID, that is EMP002, and there is only one value, that is for the combination of personal and name. The value is Mahesh. That's all. That means in the second row, the key is there and only the name of the employee is there. The department information and designation information is not there, and that is not an issue, because HBase is dealing with unstructured data. So it may be possible that different rows can have different number of values. So this is the concept of HBase. So I will log in into my Ubuntu so that we can try these things practically. So I am opening my Ubuntu now and my HBase is running. So in this particular terminal, I can execute all HBase commands. So we have the query syntax of HBase is quite different from SQL. In SQL, we usually do show tables, but in HBase, we have different command, that is list, which will display if there is any table available. You can see that it is saying 0 rows. That means at present there is no table. Okay, that's not an issue. We will be creating a table. So the command for creating a table is create, then table name, that is employee, then column family, suppose personal, and another column family, official. Yes, that's all. Create table name, comma, column family, comma, another column family, press enter. Table is ready. Yes. If you want, we can do the list again. You can see that employee table is there. And now we have to load the data. So we will use the command put table name that is employee, then comma employee ID, that is emp001, then a combination of column family and qualifier, suppose personal colon name, and suppose the value is Naveen. Enter. Yes, I have loaded one data. I have loaded the name of the employee. Shall I load the department of the employee as well? We can try that. So what I will do is put into this table employee ID is same, but the column family is official colon the qualifier, that is department. Yes, and the value is suppose Hbase. Enter. So I have loaded two key value pairs, but those two key value pairs are ultimately representing only one row. Why? Because the employee ID, the key is same, only the values are different. So shall we check it out whether the data is really loaded into the table? Yes, we can do that. Just like we have a command select star from table in SQL, similarly we have a command scan and table name, that is employee. Yes, you can see that the employee ID, or you can say the key, is emp001. The column is official colon department. That's right. This is the timestamp when this data was loaded, and the value is equal to Hbase. Yes. Similarly, the employee ID is again same. Yes. Column this time is personal colon name. We have the timestamp when this data was loaded, and value is equal to Naveen. So there are two key value pairs, but these two key value pairs are representing only one row in Hbase table. That's why it is saying one row. So this is just a brief about Hbase, and you can say that this way your NoSql database is capable of dealing with structured data as well as non-structured data. Thank you.